3 days after the funeral, Marama was already redecorating the master bedroom. New curtains. New bed. She told the staff, "We must move forward." It's what Khalifa would have wanted. Ibrahim had taken over the company office. New nameplate on the door. Ibrahim K. Sadab, chairman and CEO. He held meetings, signed papers, transferred funds. But small things started to go wrong. A board member asked, "Ibrahim, your father had started an audit. Did he finish it?" Ibrahim smiled smoothly. Father was not well. He canceled it. The board member nodded, but his eyes lingered a second too long. At the same time, whispers began in the staff quarters. Aisata said something at the funeral. She said he was still alive. She's gone now. They sacked her the same night. Marama heard the whispers. She called the head of security. Find her. Bring her back. Quietly. They searched. Her village in Sagamu. Her old contacts. Nothing. Aisata had vanished. But she hadn't gone far. She was living in a small room in Ajij. One room. Shared bathroom. She worked as a cleaner in a small hotel during the day. At night, she read Khalifa's letter again and again. She waited. 1 week after the funeral, Zainab did something no one expected. She went to the cemetery alone. At midnight, she sat in front of her father's grave. No flowers. No tears. Just silence. Then she spoke. Softly. As if he could hear. "Father, if you're really gone, why do I feel like you're watching?" She stayed there for 2 hours. Then she left. But she didn't go home. She went to Ajij. Knocked on a certain door. Aisata opened it. Eyes wide. Zainab?
I knew her. Iona, the shiny new customer service director at his company. The one he insisted we invite to our holiday party last December. The one who accepted my glass of wine with that faint, pitying smile while standing in my living room. I almost started ripping his suits out of the closet. Almost. But then I remembered something. 3 months ago, at a charity gala, Iona bragging loudly about her engagement. Flashing a massive diamond. Talking about her June wedding to the love of my life, a tech founder named Malik. I pulled up her public Instagram. Full of #blessed #futurewife hashtags. And there he was, Malik, tagged in every post. Polished, confident, posting startup wins and motivational quotes. One recent caption, heading on a solo trip before the wedding. Time to clear my head and come back ready for forever with my queen. The cruise dates matched exactly. A strange calm washed over me. Not peace. Clarity. The universe had handed me a loaded deck, and I wasn't about to fold. I went to the Paradise Cruise Line's website. Deck plans. Availability. My credit card was already out. 20 minutes later, confirmation email. Solo cabin 1245 right next door to theirs. The symmetry felt poetic. But one person watching them squirm wasn't enough. I found Malik's business email on his company site in under 2 minutes. Subject: important regarding Iona and the upcoming cruise. Body: Mr. Malik, I believe we share a problem. Our partners have booked the same romantic cruise together next week. Attached is the confirmation. Coffee tomorrow? We should talk. I attached the booking proof. Hit send. The read receipt popped up almost immediately. Dots appeared. Stopped. Appeared again. His reply: where and when? Next morning. Upscale downtown cafe. Corner table. I watched the door. He walked in, taller than photos, confident stride, but eyes already carrying the same fracture I felt. He Saturday. No small talk. Show me, he said quietly. I slid my phone over. Emails. Photos. Itinerary. By the time our lattes went cold, we weren't just two betrayed people. We were partners. I leaned in. I already booked the cabin next to theirs. His eyebrows rose. You're going? We're both going, I corrected. We become the couple that's always there. Every excursion. Every dinner. Every deck. They think they're getting a secret romantic escape. We turn it into the vacation they'll never forget for all the wrong reasons. Malik's mouth curved. Not a happy smile. A predator's smile. I'm in. But we do it smart. No yelling. No scenes at first. We let the anticipation destroy them. We spent the next 5 days planning like military strategists. Memorized the ship layout. Booked every shore excursion they had. Created a backstory, old college friends reuniting by chance. Practiced casual reactions for accidental run-ins. Gathered evidence, his texts, via phone backup, her location history, hotel charges, gift receipts. I even got security camera stills from past cruises. He always used the same lined, traceable pattern, 8 trips in 18 months, always with her. The week before departure, I played the perfect wife. Helped him pack conference ties. Kissed him goodbye at the airport. Waved with a smile. Miss you already. As his plane took off, not to Seattle, to Miami, I drove straight to the cruise port. Malik was waiting at check-in. How you holding up? He asked, hand briefly on my shoulder. Half the time I want to cry. Half the time I want to laugh at how perfectly this is unfolding. He gave a dry chuckle. I checked maritime law. Pushing them overboard is frowned upon. For the first time in days, I laughed. We boarded separately. Settled into cabins. I pressed my ear to the wall of 1245. Empty for now. Their flight landed later. Unpacked dresses I'd bought just for this trip, elegant, bold, ones he'd never seen. Chosen to say, I'm still here. And I look better than ever. Malik texted, they're on board. Didn't see me. My heart kicked. Game on. We met at a quiet bar 3 decks up. He raised a martini. To the most twisted vacation ever. I clinked. May we keep our dignity, even if we lose our marriages. That first night, welcome dinner. We spotted them near the windows. His hand on the small of her back. Studying the menu like lovers. It hurt. Harder than expected. Malik steadied me with a hand on my elbow. Not yet. Let them relax tonight. Tomorrow we start. We ate elsewhere. Back in my cabin, I pressed my ear to the wall again. Laughter. Murmurs. Bed creaks. I hit record on my phone. Evidence. Barely slept. Morning 1, Key West snorkeling excursion. We took the later tender. Set up chairs in their direct line of sight. He stood to get drinks. Turned. Froze. 2 frozen cocktails tilting in his hands. Blue liquid splashing. I gave a small wave. Casual. What a coincidence, honey. Weather's nicer than Seattle, huh? His face drained white. Iona looked up. Confusion horror when she saw Malik walking up behind me. I smiled sweetly. Loud enough for nearby chairs to hear. Your lover really should be more careful sharing itineraries on the family cloud. Oh, and this is my friend Malik. I believe he's engaged to your girlfriend. People stared. Phones angled subtly. My husband stammered the classic, this isn't what it looks like. I glanced at the drinks. At Iona's pale face. Back to him. Really? Because it looks exactly like you're on a romantic cruise with your mistress while telling your wife you're at a business conference. Malik stepped forward, calm. We booked all the same excursions. What a wonderful coincidence. We'll have so much quality time together. That was just day 1. After that beach confrontation, Malik and I regrouped in my cabin. They're shook, he said, pacing. Iona already tried changing dinner reservations and excursions. Crew blocked it. I made friends with 3 staff members. They keep me updated. I scrolled the ship app. They're not getting away with anything. We decided, no immediate blow-up. Anticipation is the real killer. Phase 2. Be everywhere, be charming, be lethal with details. Day 2. Dry Tortugas Fort Tour. We boarded the small boat right behind them. Sat directly behind. Good morning, I said brightly. Sleep well? Iona stared forward, rigid. My husband forced a weak smile. We have 3 more days, I reminded them pleasantly. Plenty of time to chat. During the tour, we asked innocent questions. How's the merger going? Any big conferences coming up? Each one landed like a needle. They sweated through history facts. Formal night. I wore black, elegant, sharp, powerful. Malik in a tailored suit that screamed success. We entered the dining room late. They were already seated at a table for two. Mind if we join? I asked, already pulling out chairs. The maître d' confirmed space. They couldn't refuse without a scene. Beautiful evening, Malik started, unfolding his napkin. Iona, that dress, didn't you wear it to the Henderson Gala last month? Her eyes widened. That was a work event where she introduced my husband as colleague. I signaled the waiter. Champagne for the table. We're celebrating. My husband's jaw tightened. Celebrating what? I smiled. Pulled the envelope from my purse. Anniversaries, I said. Specifically, the 18-month anniversary of your first cruise together. I laid out photos one by one like cards. Miami, Key West. Tampa. New Orleans. Alaska. Honolulu. 8 cruises. Always same line. Often same cabin type. His face went grey. How did you? You love consistency, I said calmly. Made tracking easy. Malik slid his folder toward Iona. Speaking of consistency, interesting pattern of withdrawals from our startup accounts. Matching these cruise dates. Investors had a very interesting call yesterday. Her champagne flute froze mid-air. What do you want? My husband whispered. For tonight. Just dinner. Pleasant conversation. Maybe tell Malik about your upcoming business trips. They sat trapped. We stayed cordial. Dropped facts. Each one a small cut. By dessert, they looked sick. As we left, I placed a keycard on the table. Your convenience, I said. Cabin next door. Soundproofing is poor. We've been taking turns listening. His face twisted, realizing even private moments weren't private. Malik whispered as we walked away, masterful. But we're just getting started. Day 3 breakfast. They hid in a corner, exhausted. We sat center dining room, laughing with new friends, a couple from Westbrook Partners. Major client his company was chasing. Kendra and Alana are here. I exclaimed loudly as we passed their table. They've been trying to reach your firm about that merger. His coffee cup rattled. Malik added cheerfully, drinks with them later. You should join. They'd love your professional insights. Message received. Affair-going public career implosion looming. Mid-morning, their couple's massage accidentally changed to separate rooms. Malik and I took the original slot. Enjoyed it. They got solo treatments and side-eye from spa staff who now knew the tea. Day 4, New Orleans Shore Day. We coincidentally joined their swamp tour group. Sat behind again. Casual chat, heard Iona's startup hit a funding snag. Investors pulling back. She went rigid. Shame, Malik said. Timing's everything. That night, deck party. We danced near them. Laughed louder. Looked happier. They tried hiding in shadows. We found them every time. Final day, Gulf Coast Beach Club. We set up right beside their lounge chairs. No words needed. Just presence. They barely spoke. Barely looked at each other. Disembarkation morning in Miami. We waited at the gangway. My husband approached alone. Voice low. Can we talk? Privately? I smiled. We've talked enough. Through walls. Through photos. Through bank records. Iona appeared behind him, eyes red. Malik stepped up. Your things are already being packed. Security helped. We'd tipped them well. I looked at my husband one last time. 15 years, I said. I gave you everything. You gave me lies. Then I turned to Iona. Enjoy explaining the missing investor funds. And the ring Malik's already asked for back. We walked off the ship together, not as spouses, not as lovers. As two people who'd reclaimed their dignity. Malik glanced back once. Think they'll ever recover? I didn't look back. Doesn't matter. We already have. Months later. Divorce finalized. Clean. I kept what was mine. Iona's engagement ended. Startup under investigation. My ex. Lost the merger. Lost the promotion. Lost the fantasy. Me. New city. New circle. New confidence. Sometimes betrayal doesn't break you. Sometimes it finally shows you who you were always meant to be. To anyone watching who's been betrayed, you don't have to scream. You don't have to destroy. Just get evidence. Get smart. Get even by getting free. And thriving. If this story hit you, comment "they never saw it coming" or "quiet revenge is best revenge." Like if you believe class beats chaos. Subscribe for more stories where the underdog doesn't just survive, they sail away victorious. Now, in part 3, we close the chapter. This isn't about destruction. It's about what happens when you stop letting someone else write your story. Let's finish Serena's and Malik's journey. The drive from the Miami port felt surreal. No yelling. No final scene. Just silence in the rental car as Malik and I headed to separate hotels. We didn't hug. We didn't cry together. We simply said, "Thank you for having my back. And thank you for reminding me I still have one." That was it. Two strangers who became temporary warriors, then went back to rebuilding their own lives. I flew home the next day. The house felt different the moment I walked in, smaller, colder, like it had been holding its breath. His suits still hung in the closet. His cologne lingered in the air. But none of it felt like mine anymore. First things first, lawyer. I had already consulted one quietly before the cruise. Smart planning pays off. Washington State, where we'd lived for years, is no fault, but I wanted everything clean. Bank statements. Phone records. Cruise receipts. The 18-month pattern of business trips. The family cloud backups that accidentally exposed everything. He came home 3 days later looking like he hadn't slept in a week. Bags under his eyes. Shirt wrinkled. He tried the classic opener. "We need to talk." I was already packed, not everything, just what mattered. My clothes, my documents, my grandmother's jewelry, the books that were mine before him. The rest could stay. "There's nothing left to talk about," I said. "You made your choices on 8 different cruises. I made mine on this one." He tried denial. It was a mistake. A phase. I was going to end it. I slid the divorce papers across the kitchen island, the same island where I'd cooked holiday dinners for his family. "Sign when you're ready. Or don't. Either way, I'm out by the end of the month." He stared at the papers like they were in a foreign language. "What about the house? The savings? We built this together." "We built nothing," I corrected quietly. "I paid 60% of the mortgage for 12 years while you worked late." "The savings?" "Mostly from my bonuses. You spent yours on balcony suites and lingerie with price tags still on." He flinched. I continued, "The lawyer already has the financial timeline. Every hotel. Every gift. Every withdrawal. If you fight, it goes public. Your company will love that discovery during your next performance review." He didn't fight. The divorce finalized 6 months later. Clean split. I walked away with my half, plus a quiet satisfaction that the truth was documented forever. Iona. Her fairy tale crumbled faster. Malik moved swiftly. The engagement ring was returned the week after the cruise. Her startup's investors pulled funding after Malik presented the irregular withdrawals timeline. The board called an emergency meeting. She resigned before she could be fired. Last I heard, through mutual industry contacts, she moved back to her hometown, working a regular 9 to 5, no more #blessed posts. My ex. The merger with Westbrook Partners fell through. Turns out Kendra and Alana remembered the awkward couple from the ship who couldn't stop sweating during drinks. Word travels in corporate circles. He lost the promotion he'd been chasing. Took a lateral move to a smaller branch. Started therapy, or so his sister told me. She reached out once, awkwardly apologizing. He still lives in the house. Alone. Me. I sold my half of the house equity and moved to San Diego. Fresh start. Ocean view, real one, not a cruise balcony. I took a senior role at a competing firm, better pay, better team, no working late excuses required. First Thanksgiving after. I hosted. Small group, new co-workers, a neighbor who became a friend, my college roommate who flew in. I made the sweet potato casserole I used to make for his family. Ate it at my own table. No tension. No pity smiles. Just laughter and second helpings. Malik and I stayed in touch, not romantically, just as allies who survived the same storm. He launched a new startup. Thriving. Dating someone who actually shows up. Last text he sent, still can't believe we pulled that off. Best worst vacation ever. I replied, worst for them. Best for us. Looking back, that accidental FamilyCloud email wasn't a curse. It was mercy. It showed me, in high-definition color, what I'd been accepting for 15 years. A man who could plan champagne toasts for someone else but forget my birthday. A life where I was the safety net, not the priority. I stopped being the safety net. I became the priority. To anyone watching who's staring at their own version of that email, that text, that photo. You don't have to explode. You don't have to beg or scream. Gather your proof quietly. Protect your finances quietly. Build your exit quietly. Then walk away loudly in results, not in noise. The sweetest part isn't watching them fall. It's watching yourself rise. You are not the villain in someone else's secret story. You are the hero in your own very real one. If this full story, parts 1 to 3, moved you, drop "I'm choosing me" or "quiet revenge wins" in the comments. Share with anyone who needs the reminder that betrayal doesn't get the last word, you do. Like if you believe every woman, and man, deserves a view worth waking up to. Subscribe plus hit the bell for more stories of people who turned pain into power. Thank you for being here through all 3 parts. You're seen. You're valued. And you're stronger than you know.